We now determine the distance traveled by the motorcycle using left hand estimate using this five intervals. So we have the intervals from 0 to 12. This is one interval, and then 12 to 24 is another interval. Likewise, the next intervals are 24 to 36, 36 to 48, and then 48 to 60. When using the left hand estimate, we have to use the left endpoints of each of the interval as the height of the rectangle, and the width of each of these rectangles is going to be 12. So we write distance. This basically equals the sum of each of the areas of the rectangles. So therefore we write for the first rectangle, the height is the value of the function at 0. That is, this one is v of 0 times the width of a rectangle is 12. And then I write for the second rectangle, it is we use the left end point, so we have to find v of 12 times the width of the rectangle, which is 12. And likewise we do so for the other three rectangles. So this will be v of 36 times 12 plus, I'm sorry, this one is v of 24, and then v of 36 times the 12 plus v of the last one is velocity of 48 times the width, which is 12. Now we see that we have this 12, which is a common factor in all the terms, so we can factor out the 12 and then write down only the sum as v of 0 plus v of 12. This one is v of 12 plus v24 plus v36 plus v48. Now we can plug in the values of the velocities at the corresponding time using this table. V of 0 equals 30. So this one is 30 plus V of 12 is 28 plus V24 and 36 is 25, 22. So I write 25 plus 22 plus now I write for V48, which is 24. And so let's add these and then multiply with 12. And so this gives 12 times of this one is 129, and 12 times of 129 equals 1548. This distance is in feet. So this is the distance traveled by the motorcycle during the interval from 0 to 60 seconds. We now determine the distance traveled by the motorcycle using the right hand estimate. So for right hand estimate, we have to utilize the right endpoints for determining the height of the rectangles. So we are going to use V of 12, starting off with the first rectangle. V of 12 times the width of the rectangle is 12. And then for the next rectangle, V of 24 gives the height of the rectangle times the width is 12. So likewise, we'll write for the next three intervals. This will be V of 36 times 12 plus V of 48 times 12 plus for the last rectangle, it is V of 60 times 12. Once again, we can factor the 12, which we have in all the terms. So after that, we get V of 12 plus V24 plus V36, then V60. Now let's plug in the values of the velocities using the table. V of 12 and 24 is 28, 25. So this one is 12 times of 28 plus 25, and velocity at 36 is 22, 48 is 24. So this one is 22 plus velocity 44. I'm sorry, 48 is 24, and then velocity at time 60 seconds equals 27. So we have to add the numbers inside the bracket. In doing so, we get 126. So we multiply 126 with 12, and we get 1512. This is in feet. So this is the distance traveled by the motorcycle using right hand estimate.